flavors and aromas are two different things.
Right. Yeah, in a sense, because we say we taste a fruit or we say we taste oak, we're not tasting it. Taste is only sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and umami, which is the overall sensation of harmony. It's very undefinable and very Japanese.
But I think we all get it, though.
I mean, there are foods that specify umami, like shiitake mushrooms is the classic, or soy sauce, or whatever. And I find actually that coquille blanc, to me, gives me the sense of umami, but that's me personally.
Ooh, I like that. The umami white.
Yeah.
Coquille blanc.
Maybe we'll go there.
There we go.
Don't trademark it. But anyway, the aromas that you get sometimes come through your mouth, and it's called retronasal. It goes up the back of your throat into your nose, and your nose receptors are the ones that actually interpret it as being actually fruity or oaky or herbal or whatever. So when you say something tastes fruity or oaky, you're actually only perceiving it through the back of your nose. So you're actually smelling it, but it's coming through your mouth.
Okay, okay.
It's as if you're going over your food going, and you're getting aromas. So that's the difference between flavor and aroma.
So what I asked, I posed a question to Carol. How could I better educate myself on being able to describe a wine through those typical descriptors we hear, you know, cherry and blackberry and oak and smoke and tires and cat piss and all this crazy stuff, right? And that's the actual wine, cat piss.
Yep.
And so what else could we do as just regular folk that aren't in the biz all the time? What else can we do to help our palates?
Keep your brain open all the time to smelling things. My mom played a game with me when I was a child, where she would take all the herb jars and extracts, you know, cinnamon, butter extract and vanilla and peppermint and all that, and wrap them in tinfoil, and then said, "Here, identify."
Okay.
So when you're cooking, you don't have to do the tinfoil thing. Just you guys are cooking together, and Milla hands you a jar, and she says, "Oh well, what's this? What green herb is this?" And you've got to define marjoram from thyme, from basil, from rosemary, from sage, from oregano.
So you can make up your own little game at home. You could blindfold your mate, your partner, your friend, whatever, and you can say, "Smell this. What's that smell like?" And you can even say, you know, at some point, "Taste this. What's it taste like?" Maybe grind it up if it's a cinnamon stick, because that's going to be a little bit obvious, perhaps.
Yeah.
Bark.
Or even
that's
fruit,
good.
canned fruit. You'd be surprised when you're blindfolded and you can't see what it is. Pears taste just like peaches taste just, and you're doing it more by texture because pears are grainier.
Okay.
So you're looking for anything you can to give you the right answer.
Okay, so I want comments and feedback on this. I want everybody to text in something, leave some comments, and say how many of you got fooled. Because I've seen that. We've seen all these food reality shows, you know, Top Chef and all that, and they have some of those contests, and they're eating the most basic of thing, and they can't describe it.
That's right.
So it really changes it that much when you blindfold yourself. Huh?
I did an experiment when I was at Davis. I was a student in the experiment. I was a subject, not a person running the experiment.
One of the guinea pigs, right?
One of the guinea pigs, yes. And it was in the food lab, and they had red lights overhead in these little booths where you would taste, and they put sherbet in front of you in a black bowl, so you couldn't see through it to see color. The red light influenced the color, so you had no idea what kind of sherbet it was. Okay. And they said, "We're coming up with some new flavors of sherbet, and we want to see if you can identify it, if it's worth going to all the trouble to create a root beer sherbet or a boysenberry or a passion fruit or whatever. Tell me if you can identify this flavor." You're not blindfolded, but you're hornswoggled by all the color, absence of color, so you really don't know. And you put it in your mouth, and the power of suggestion was so strong that I guessed all these wild tropical fruits and things. All they had that they served us was raspberry, lemon, and lime.
Wow.
And you couldn't tell the difference.
So I'll bet you along the same lines, in the context of buying a wine at your local grocery store or high-end wine market, don't be fooled by labels. Don't be fooled by big, beautiful, fancy buildings. They can be fun, they can be really cool, but what's in the bottle can be totally different, and that's really what matters.
That's right. Come to a business park, in a little warehouse, roll-up door, and you got some of the best wine you can find.
Cheers.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome, thank you.
You betcha.